Welcome back to my Let's Play Pokemon Rumble. We're in the Super Rank, guys, and we're taking on the Windy Prairie today. We are going to be rocking our Rapidash. I believe that's Rapidash, right? I don't think it's Ponyta. So we're going to be rocking our Rapidash and spamming it up. And you'll start to notice that these episodes will be getting less done and more spamming. How could we be getting less done with more spamming going on? Stay tuned! Okay, I'll just give it to you now. Basically, the way this game gets harder, if you could even call it that, is it just throws more spammy Pokemon at you. They're as easy to defeat as their lower-leveled counterparts on the past ranks that we've already bested, but there's just more of them now. So now we're going to be taking time to run back like we just did there. And clunky, but still, paralyzed and all. We'll run back and try to collect all the coins and trophies if we can. Or not. I might just completely miss them, which has been known to happen. Oh, shit. See, not used to this spam power. It's not as spammy and not as effective against flying types. Still, though, it's a 2-hit KO, and I think it's only Gust. I don't even think it's not something like Super Tornado. At this time, I haven't fully looked at all the new moves for the 5th generation, but if there's a new flying type move that they have to make, it should definitely be something on the lines of a Tornado. I knew they came up with Acrobat, which was pretty cool, very impressive when you don't hold items on your Pokemon. Ooh, special trophy! Normal Guard, Victory Bell. I was looking at Executor when I saw that. We will definitely be trying Victory Belt out. I almost said Victory Belt. But he's one of my favorite Pokemon from the Team Rocket saga. Or just little bunching. All the Pokemon that Team Rocket has had over the years. Sometimes wonder what they're keeping hold of these days. That was always something that really perplexed me, and that was before I knew that television was all bullcrap and that storylines are overly repeated in all types of shows. But the fact that Team Rocket kept following Ash and crew, why didn't they just ever separate at any of the other potent Pokemon parts? Like when Ash left the Safari Zone, why didn't they just stay there and poach the Pokemon when they left? Okay, are they gone? You sure? Alright, looks like they're about 100 miles through the binoculars. I don't even know if binoculars can see that far. But let's just say 100 miles away from us in the binoculars. We're good! Alright, let's pilfer these Pokemon. You know, I don't understand why they never did something like that. Just waited for Ash and his friends to go by, and then steal the Pokemon. But Pikachu's always got to swoop in and save the day. Wah, wah, wah! Spam, spam, spam. Now you can see, if you didn't understand in the first part of my Let's Play, why this game becomes so tedious. I'm just going to add on here, even though this is post-commentary, that while I was playing this, it's very annoying to control your Pokemon. To actually move them around, you do so with the D-pad, and it just doesn't feel right. It feels really clunky and really poor thought out. I guess they were going for the more approachable, you don't need to plug anything into the Wii Remote idiot approach where anybody could play the game, therefore it would be easily accessible on WiiWare. You know, it's a fun looking game, and if you don't know what you're getting into, and you're a fan of Pokemon, maybe you got Black and White, you're a new Pokemon fan, DS owner or whatnot, and you see this game, you might think, hey, it's probably going to be good because it's first-party Nintendo. But Nintendo only posts quality seals on their hardware, and well, not software, but on their hardware. So the seal of crap was not stamped onto this game, which it should have been. So I really think they should have added at least an option for nunchuck support. If you want to be super lazy and you don't feel like, or maybe you don't know where your nunchuck is at the moment, and you want to play just holding the Wii Remote on its side, that's cool. But when you don't give people the option and you lock them into an uncomfortable play style, and then you throw tons of spammy gameplay on top, really is going to hurt the score of your game. Sometimes I wonder, though, does Nintendo even care about scores? I guess to some degree they have to care. Alright, we're going to have to switch out Charizard. Now we'll try Victory Bell. Solar Beam. Alright, so this Victory Bell doesn't seem as spamful. That's cool. We actually have to line up our attack. Oh no! Actual difficulty! Alright, time for the big boss. The aerial globetrotter Pokemon, Dragonite. Let's go Solar Beam his face off. Whoa. They're using some kind of flying type move. Probably going to want to eliminate those Aerodactyl right away. The bosses seem chunkier. They seem to have a lot more hit points. But still, for this Solar Beam to be doing that much damage is kind of surprising. This is the S rank, right? Wow, that was really fast. Somebody should go back and see how many seconds that battle was. That was ridiculous. There you go, the super ranking. You'll note that if you look at past Let's Plays, we may have rushed through the levels a lot faster, and you may think, hey, you said there was no difficulty increase in this game. What gives? And to that, I say stay keen to how many Pokemon are on the screen at one time. They'll just throw tons and tons more of spammy, yet still easily beaten Pokemon at you. And that's all that can be accounted for with the increase of time. See, look at that. I believe we still have 2 more levels to go, and already we've opened the doors to the Super Rank Challenge. Now, if you did unfortunately get this game, which I'm very sorry for you, that was a bad decision, not gonna lie, but hey, you might have been ill-advised. What I recommend you do is don't jump straight to the Battle Royale if you're playing the Super Rank. If you're in any other rank, then sure, go ahead. If you open it up earlier than completing all the trampoline zones, then go right ahead. Don't let me stop you. But for the Super Rank, when we get into the Battle Royale, they're going to be throwing so many spammerific Pokemon at us that we're going to want to be sure to recruit all the tough Pokemon toys from each zone. So if you did get this game, there's a bit of a tip for you. It's not much of a tip, it's pretty much outspam the spammers, but hey, it's appropriate for this game. I was thinking how you could make this game cooler. And that whole aspect with the Pokemon toys, they really should have expounded upon that and taken that to new levels. They should have taken that to not even, well, yes, even new levels, you know, now that I think of it, I'm sure that they still create them. But the Pokemon figures, I'm talking the real tangible plastic figures, the ones in the molds that you would get in single packaged box when you were a kid, and they would be the coolest thing. At least they were for me, and if you were a Poke fanatic back then, they were for you too. But I think it would be an interesting history of the Pokemon Company if they allowed it to be shown in a gallery, all the past Pokemon figures that they've created. So while you'd be playing the game in this Pokemon Ranch kind of graphics, so it doesn't look like you're playing with the real-life figures, but you're still playing with virtual toys. At least when you go through the levels and say maybe even backtrack for more friends or just to enjoy the level again, you know, this is all saying that this is a good game. You know, that goes without saying. I wouldn't want you to keep coming back to a bad experience, but it would be a good motivator to keep coming back and have unlockable trophies, unlockable figures of the old Pokemon toys that they put out in the past days and even today. Because I'm sure that they have different artists for them now. They're not going to look like they did 10 years ago. Plus with all the new Pokemon, I can only imagine. I haven't been to New York in a couple of years, at least not with the purpose of going to the Nintendo World. But if anybody remembers what it was before that, it was the Poke Center. that used to be a store centered around nothing but Pokemon. And that was in the days when there was only one generation, I believe, too. I'm not sure if the Pokemon Center lasted up until the second generation. I know it was out soon around then because the Nintendo World Store, that took priority. And it's pretty incredible to think that there was a whole store on Pokemon. I never got to see that when it was in its prime day. But I really am eager to see all the new figurines. I don't plan on buying any, but if I see one that is a favorite Pokemon of mine, I'm sure I'll pick it up. You know, I was thinking for the purpose of archiving things, perhaps I would just film my figurine collection and show you guys what I collected in my years of Pokemon fanaticism. I'm definitely a Pokemon fanatic still, but just in a different way. Not in such a consuming type of way. Now, more or less, it's all about teaching the younger generation. Which is good, because, quite frankly, I don't have the budget for all those figures and cards. Plus, that was probably the biggest thing about the cards that was disappointing, was there was no one who actually knew how to play the game nearby. And also, in school, Pokemon was a fad to some degree, so no one would play with you if you had Pokemon cards. Play with you, period. You couldn't even get in the Foursquare. Had to be very discerning to who you went up to and asked or offered to play Pokemon with. Man, that Vaporeon had a lot of life. But still, with all that spamming, it couldn't even get off a move. It's like, what's the point of making a Pokemon fighting game, or a fighting game period, if all you do is spam and that prevents your opponents from attacking you? They don't even have a chance to counteract what I do. The only chance that Pokemon can get lucky is if they have friends in the zone, like that Blastoise there, sadly waddling away all confused and now dead. But if they have other Poke compadres nearby who are also spamming in the region and just happen to hit you also. So while you're spamming one guy, the others gang up on you while you're not looking. So let's see, is this Victory Bell worth its spammy weight in Pokemon Rumblenosity? Yeah, that's right, we're getting crazy. Coming up to the boss zone, Gyarados' Rumbleosity! Crank that gear shaft. Wow, normally if I saw a Gyarados I would be terrified, but it's got a pretty fucking dopey look on its face. Although I don't think this Victory Bell has the spam we need. Let's see. Fearow is known for good spam. Oh, and there we go. Got a Poliwrath statue. See, I keep mixing up what I say. I say toy, statue, trophy. Can't decide on one. And besides, it mixes up the flavor of my words. Wah! Well, that was a massive belt of damage. I will defeat you. You employed me to protect you, but I was an insider. I really wanted to destroy you. I am the Bond Poliwrath. Oh no, it's a Polyspy. That'd be great if somebody did a Poliwrath TF2 texture pack or something. Made this spy, a blue spy, in Poliwrath form clothes. Remember me, bitch? I'm from the Gyarados Pokemon Rumble Let's Play. Obscure, vague reference. So, that is all the time we have for today's episode. Only 2 zones done. Extremely painstakingly slow. Man, I can't wait to get this game out of the way. Oh boy. Well, that was the most powerful. Pokemon Rumble gets way too spammy for me. Anyway, I'm DeoGenZ, and I'll see you on the next episode when we take on the Ghost Zone. Or Eternal Tower. Whatever you want to call it.